He's back! He's back! He's back! He's back!
Dude, he's back! He's back!
He's back!
He's back! He's back!
I'm back, baby! I'm back! Back!
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Hello, world. I'm back. I love that intro. Hello, world. I'm back again. I've been a little MIA since I wrapped up the Hormozy experiment, and that was back in November. It's insane how time flies, but I'm excited to be back. I'm here to explain why I have now had a second hiatus, why I've been MIA over the last couple months, and excited to be back on YouTube and chatting with you guys. So if you're here in the chat right now, I see a few of you. Say what's up, and we'll throw your comments in the chat. But tonight, we're just going to hang out, explain my absence, explain some upcoming things you can expect on the channel and what I've been up to. But you're going to see here in the next couple days, I've been experimenting with Zins or Zonic over the last 9 months or so. And you're going to see a whole video breaking down my experiences with utilizing nicotine pouches. But for right now, I did about a 7-day break just because that's the way kind of life worked out. So we're going to pop a couple Zinnies here, hit a couple upper deckies, as they say. And we're going to get into what I've been up to and why I've been MIA. So appreciate all you guys here following along on the channel. This channel has gone through some crazy like rides and experiences and experiments. So if you've been a true OG, like just got to say thank you so much. Like I really appreciate it. I know social media since I started this channel back in 2015 has changed a lot. And it goes through waves and pinnacles of like how things are done and how it should be done. And, you know, sometimes it goes through these waves of like extremely edited, it has to be cinematic, and then extremely real and raw and uncut and unfiltered. And that's what I tried to bring here over the Hormozy experiment. I tried to be as raw and real as possible throughout that experiment because I think there's efficacy behind it. I think I saw some amazing results after doing 6 weeks of eating 800 grams of carbs a day. And it was a fascinating experiment. If you guys are new here, you haven't seen it, go check out the previous videos, or you can check out my Instagram where I've been documenting and highlighting this. Essentially, I ate 800 grams of carbs a day. I was working out 2 times a day, 6 days a week, and I saw some insane results, like crazy growth in my legs, crazy growth in my chest in just 43 days. I managed to gain 27 pounds. But that's not what we're going to be discussing here today. We're going to be going over why, since I finished this experiment in November, about mid-November, I actually finished it early in the year, but my last video documenting the progress of it all and challenging Greg Doucette and some of these other fitness influencers out there who are trying to tell you this is how you have to lift, this is how you have to eat because it's based on science. Well, I did this experiment based off a scientific study, and I saw fascinating results that really contradicts a lot of the mainstream narratives out there. And I'm still coming back. I'm still wanting to discuss and challenge all those people on it. But today, I want to dive in on this live stream, explain where the hell I've been since mid-November and what I've been up to. We got FL Metalhead in the chat. He says, yo, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. But yeah, so where have I been? What have I been up to since November? So if you guys are not aware, I started a social media agency about 4.5 years ago. That has been its own crazy ride and its crazy experience, and I've learned so much from it. I've created thousands of videos and worked with clients for years. Like some of my clients I've been working with since the start. 4.5 years I've had the clients I've been working with. And I just recently brought on my biggest client ever. And that was we were in negotiations and contracts over December. And in December, I actually went out west. So if you guys don't know, I'm near Toronto, Canada, and from London. And hopefully you guys don't find me or do anything crazy. But I'm from London, Ontario, Canada. And I went out west with my family for about 2 weeks. We went snowboarding and skiing. It was an amazing experience. It was awesome. And when I came back, we were in contract negotiations and we actually got the contract signed for one of my biggest clients ever. And since starting with that new client and actually getting our first piece of content launched, it's been a crazy ride. We've pivoted a few times in regards to like what we're doing, how we're creating content and doing everything like that. And it's been a learning experience. Like, part of my journey here with the Hungarian experiment is I never wanted to, and honestly, I see a lot of fitness influencers out there. They leverage their audience to create an income. They create a coaching program or do this. And I'm not saying it's bad in any way, but personally for myself, I never wanted to use you guys to make money. I wanted to see if I could become an entrepreneur, become a business owner, do things on my own, in my own facet, in my own ways, rather than leveraging all the attention that I got as the Hungarian experiment to create a life for myself. Now, that's not to say that the Hungarian experiment and everything here hasn't brought me a lot of credibility and legitimacy for my social media agency. It definitely has. That's where I first met Matt McKeever and helped him with his YouTube channel. I started working with him full time in 2018. So I started my YouTube channel here, the Hungarian Experiment, in 2015. I started working full time with Matt in 2018 after being 3 years of a content creator. Then I went full time into content creation. 2019, I moved into a house with Matt. We turned the whole living room into a YouTube studio. We hosted events in this house. We had young wholesalers, like real estate investors, living with us. And it was a fascinating experience. And if I didn't go on that trajectory and that path in life, I would not be the man I am here today. And I'm so glad I did. I'm so glad that I went on that path. And I'm here today because, as I mentioned, we just recently brought on one of my biggest clients ever. And that is why I haven't been posting here on the Hungarian experiment. So I apologize if you guys are like, what the hell happened to this guy? He was documenting this Hormozy experiment, and then his goal was to get lean to compare the results. And I've just been all in on my business over the last 4 months. And I apologize. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do this. I had to put my personal channel here on the shelf for a little bit. And I don't know exactly how consistent I can be when I come back here. And I have certain plans and goals and experiments that I'm going to discuss here in this live stream about what I'm going to be doing in the upcoming months and for the rest of 2025 here on the channel. But yeah, that's basically what's been going on. Recently just brought on one of our biggest clients ever. I'm going to share a little bit because we've had some amazing results, and I really recommend going to follow my new client because he's a fascinating individual. But we got Michael in the chat here. He says, how's it going, boss? You introduced me years ago. I liked your experiments. Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you being here today and appreciate having you in the live stream. But as you might have saw at the beginning of this live stream, if you're watching this video later on, I just 9 months ago or so, I started experimenting with nicotine pouches. I got 2 pouches in right now, and I've seen an incredible boost to my productivity in regards to my business, in regards to my personal work. And you're going to see a video upcoming here on the channel diving into my experiences with Zyn, or Zonic as it's called here in Canada, and nicotine pouches and how I found that for myself. But yeah, let's dive into it. So as I mentioned here, this is my Instagram. If you guys aren't following, today I actually hit a new PR on squats. We did 350 pounds on squats today. And honestly, I have to give this all to the Hormozy experiment. Going ham for 6 weeks, eating 800 grams of carbs a day while keeping my fat levels very low, I saw amazing strength gains from that experiment. And I saw amazing like muscle growth results. Like I'm a natural lifter. I've been natural my whole life. And if you guys didn't follow along that experiment or that journey, like crazy, like my legs blew up in size, my chest blew up in size. And the whole intention was I was going to get back down to the body weight that I was here so we could compare and see where my body fat levels were at. But since I brought on this new client, it has put me on a bit of a different trajectory in a course. It's been a little stressful at times, I'm not going to lie. And I have done several cheat days and stuff. So right now, I'm about 192 pounds. That's what I was this morning. And my goal is that first off, I want to get back down to the body weight that I was before I started the Hormozy experiment. And I'm going to document and take pictures. It's going to take me probably a month and a half. And I'm going to take you guys through that journey of shredding fat and cutting down and what I do to cut fat, which again, I think is a little bit different than most people out there. I am not a bodybuilder. I have no intentions of standing up on a stage naked with a whole bunch of other dudes, although I do pose in my boxers and briefs on Instagram and on YouTube here every once in a while. But yeah, I have no like I believe I do things a bit differently. So you're gonna see over the channel here, I'm gonna just document and share my life and my journey. And I'm gonna take you guys through over the next couple months as I cut fat and I get back down to where I was here, which was about 182 pounds, I believe. I'll have to double check things. It's been a little while. And then my goal is actually get down to about 175 because I want to lean down. I want to try to get lean, like the leanest I've been since I started this channel back in 2015. Since I've been going all in on content creation and my business, I've just been like in, kind of a bulking state, going to the gym when I can, and which is still about 5 to 6 times a week. But, with COVID and the pandemic, that obviously affected things in a big way. But part of my goals over here over the next like 3 to 4 months is I want to cut down to about 175, maybe even 170 pounds, which right now I got to cut like 15 to 20 pounds to get down to that level. So I'm going to take you guys through that here on the channel, document, share some vlogs with you guys, and take you guys through that experience. As I mentioned there, I've been experimenting with Zins and nicotine pouches for the last 9 months or so. And as I've seen out there's a certain like naivete, like people I think are a little naive to nicotine because they just see cigarettes and they think it's bad for you. But I've seen amazing results in regards to my productivity. So I got a great video that I shot right before this on that. And today I want to actually kind of discuss my life and my business and things there. So appreciate everyone in the chat here. Michael, we got saying, looking forward to video about nicotine. Michael vapes, tried to cut it out. Maybe pouches is a better option. Yeah, personally for myself, like I've never vaped before. I've tried it here and there from some of my friends and stuff, but I didn't really enjoy it too much. And if you guys know me or don't know me, like what I discussed in the nicotine video is I've been a marijuana smoker since I've been like 14 to 16 years old. I've been on and off with it, but over 2025, I just wanted to cut it out for myself. I wanted to see like, can I go a whole year without this thing and be fine without it? And besides having some crazy vivid dreams, which I'm going to discuss in an upcoming video, like I haven't really noticed much of a difference at all. Like I maybe just myself, and I don't have that like addictive gene within me. But if I'm just tell myself I'm not going to do something anymore, I just don't do it. So that's basically it on that side of things. But as I mentioned, we recently just brought on a new client here for my social media agency. And this guy is fascinating. He is all in the Bitcoin space. He is a Bitcoin maxi. Now, I think like most stuff in the world, like when I first started working with Matt, people really didn't get this whole idea of like financial independence, financial freedom, creating a financial fortress of solitude, living the FIRE lifestyle. FIRE is financial independence, retire early. And for myself as well, too, when I first met Matt, when I was 25 years old, I was really experimenting with all these concepts in life that were breaking down these limiting beliefs that I had, like pushing myself in the gym, pushing myself through these crazy experiments with food and fasting and neurohacking and eventually with psychedelics. It really opened my mind in fascinating ways to these societal beliefs that I had that were limiting me in certain ways. And in many ways, I was just going, I think, naturally and organically through these steps in life that were knocking these walls down on my limiting beliefs and showing me that, like, hey, if you set SMART goals for yourself, so SMART is specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. If you set goals that are SMART, realistic, measurable, achievable, and timely, I truly believe that you can accomplish anything that you want in this life. But when I first met Matt, money and finances was a very limiting belief that I had in my life. And you guys can go check it out. I actually filed for bankruptcy and I shared this on my channel in 2016, I think. I filed for bankruptcy because I was like $20,000 in debt. And when I actually look back at that now, like $20,000 is like nothing. At that point in time in my life, $20,000 in debt was really like, I don't think I could ever get out of that. And at that point in my life, meeting Matt and wanting to go all in on YouTube and content creation, I just saw that like this thing was holding me back from achieving my goals. So I just wanted it like off my plate. I wanted it I just wanted to get rid of it so that way I could go all in. So I filed for bankruptcy. And again, I documented that on my channel. You guys can go check it out if you really want to see it and learn about it. But now that I see like $20,000 in debt, like it's something that you can get out of if you really want to. And I don't regret filing for bankruptcy in any type of a way because again, it put me on this path and this trajectory in life. But once I met Matt, I was like, I need to do this FIRE lifestyle. I need to become financially independent. I want to retire early. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to be a business owner. And like working with Matt McKeever, moving in and living in a house with him and him being my mentor in many ways. And I'm actually in the process of writing a book about my like situation in my life living with Matt. It's called Living in the Basement of a Millionaire. It's coming soon. I got a lot that I still have to write, but I put a decent chunk into it. And my goal is by the end of 2025. And that's part of what you're going to see in the vlogs here is that I want to document and share that because I believe that is going to be a major milestone in my life. And when I come out with that book, and I have several other books that I want to write and talk about and discuss here on my journey, but he was a major impact on my life that made me see the world of money in a different way and how we are very propagated. We are very programmed to think about money and credit and debt in a certain way. And since I started working with Matt, I've had the opportunity to work with and interview hundreds of entrepreneurs and business owners all over Canada, all over the US. We've hosted events and seeing how they went about life and did life differently really opened my eyes to things. And now that cryptocurrency and Bitcoin is a very big thing in the world, I feel like this is the next step along the journey. I'm not trying to push you guys into Bitcoin in any way, although I highly recommend that you look into it. You need to do your 10,000 hours or 1,000 hours or whatever you need to do if you don't understand Bitcoin. And again, I'm not trying to push you guys into it in any way whatsoever, but I really think you should look into it. Right now, for myself, all like this is probably the wrong thing to do and is not what Matt McKeever recommends or my new client recommends. Well, my new client recommends going all in on it, but you should diversify slightly. But like all my savings is in Bitcoin, straight up. Like I have my business and I have certain finances in that sense, but I'm all in on Bitcoin and I think it is legit. But this new client that I have, like, he is a fascinating individual. He is what you would call a Bitcoin maxi. He's a Bitcoin maximalist. He actually bought Bitcoin back in like 2011 when it was $10. And then it went up to $30 and he sold a whole bunch of it. And then he regretted it because it kept going up. Like it did dip down after that and he made a lot of money, but he has been involved in Bitcoin for the last like decade now. And again, I'm not trying to push you guys into this in any way whatsoever, but like this, I believe is the future. And if you're seeing right now, the US, like Trump, like he's making a meme coin and stuff, but I do believe in the coming months, there's going to be a Bitcoin strategic reserve, a crypto strategic reserve. I also believe Canada is going to be doing it. Canada's major banks, the Bank of Canada and one of the other banks, I don't know what it's called right now, BMO, I think, just bought a lot of shares in MicroStrategy, which is Michael Saylor's company, which is all in on Bitcoin. So I want to share this here with you guys and we'll dive into it. But we did get a question here. We got Azam said, do you still go to the Family Circle restaurant on cheat days? No, I do not. I live in a different area of London now. And the Family Circle restaurant isn't on my like path, but I'm not even sure if Family Circle restaurant is open anymore. I know that they've done a whole bunch of construction and work on, sorry guys, like ever since I've gone all in on content creation, like anything that doesn't involve like my business, I've just like put it out of my mind. But I think it's Wellington Road. They're doing a lot of construction there. And I think they're turning into like a major building or something. But anyways, let's dive into this. So I highly recommend giving this guy a follow because one, I'd love to support him because he's one of my clients, but I truly believe you guys are going to find value from this. And this is where like, again, he's one of my like new biggest clients here with my social media agency. And just the first few videos we've put on X or, Twitter has really popped off. And I'm really excited because like, besides my own channel here, the Hungarian Experiment, where I've had several videos go viral, like I've got millions of views on some videos. When I was doing the microdosing experiments and the magical mushroom experiments, and I was doing live streams where I was documenting myself taking 7 grams of mushrooms live on YouTube and 10 grams of mushrooms live on YouTube. Like those videos were like 700,000, 800,000 views. I think one got to 1 million views before I started getting like strikes on my channel. And I almost got banned off YouTube at one point. I got 2 strikes and one more strike would have got me banned completely off YouTube. But so since then, I've been really like cautious of what I do here and what I say. But I think, and if you guys saw like about 3.5 years ago, I took a hiatus off YouTube because I saw what was going on. Once I started the carnivore experiments, I saw my content get extremely limited in regards to, extremely limited in regards to the amount of reach and views it was getting. And at that point, a lot of people were questioning the carnivore diet. If you guys know me here, I tend to experiment with these fringe concepts like intermittent fasting. I was one of the first few people outside of the Hodge twins and I think Kino Body that was experimenting and documenting like a 40-hour fast and its effects on the body and the mind. And a lot of those videos like really popped off and did well. And then I started obviously experimenting with lots of other things like neurohacking didn't get a lot of views, which I don't know why, because I truly believe like neurohacking, supplements, doing mind games, little things to improve your mental your cognitive function, I think you can actually rewire your brain. And I documented that on my channel. I did brain scans before doing a 3-month experiment, and then after. And I truly think that there's something there. But anyways, like my channel has gone through waves of different things that I've done. And some stuff has done well, some stuff hasn't. But when I started doing the carnivore stuff, like I really noticed that like people were even reaching out to me on Instagram being like, yo, are you posting? Like, I'm not seeing any notifications about your videos in the subscription feed. I'm not seeing your content. And I actually checked out like Frank Tofano at the time. And Frank Tofano was heavily into the carnivore diet. And he was showing how in the YouTube algorithm that they were actually limiting carnivore, like anything that had to do with carnivore was getting limited and not allowing to get reach, while all vegan content was allowing to get reach and pushed out there in the world. And at that point, I was like, yo, this is disgusting. If this is like wrong in many ways. Like when I first joined YouTube and started posting on social media, if you were just talking about stuff and you found the right people, people would share it and get around. And then if you guys have seen over the last few years, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg said on Joe Rogan that, you know, the Biden administration came to him and told him, you need to reduce the reach of this certain type of content. And a year or so before that, I was like, this is gross. I don't even want to participate if this is how I feel social media and YouTube is going, where I can't be free to discuss the things that I want to discuss. If I just want to share the things that I want to share out there in the world and that I'm experimenting with, and these platforms are going to limit and restrict it, it's almost like, what is the point? Now, in some ways, I do kind of regret not just continuing to share and document, but in other ways, I'm glad that I did stop posting on YouTube because I was able to go all in on my business and other types of stuff, and I've seen great success from it. But I do believe right now, the future is digital currency, and I want to help you guys in some ways, even if it's just sharing and discussing these things, to see that there's other ways to get out of this. And I truly believe my new client here, Brad Mills, he is a fascinating individual. He, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, if you're just hopping into the live stream right now, he bought Bitcoin at $10, sold it at 30. Then he's bounced around. He's been constantly buying into it from my understanding, but he sold 21 Bitcoin to pay off his mortgage of $280,000. And now we are coming out with videos where he's discussing that and how, you know, he wishes he didn't do that because now Bitcoin, it like the 21 Bitcoin that he sold would actually be $3 million worth. And, you know, he probably shouldn't have done that. But in many ways, I think what we're posting and what we're doing here on X and Instagram will really benefit you guys. So I'm just going to share my screen here. This is Brad Mills at Brad Mills Can. Highly, highly recommend going to follow him on X and Instagram. Appreciate if you guys support, because again, he is my client. So the more followers, the more views, the more attention and engagement we can get on it. If you guys do follow, go leave a comment and say the Hungarian experiment sent you here. But we've had some amazing results with some videos that we put out. So just a recent video we dropped 10 hours ago is over 58,000 views right now on X, where he's talking about how, you know, credit and credit scores. And if you're a young person, should you even like worry about credit? And again, this really challenges the common narrative of you need to have a good credit score out there in the world. And what he's discussing in this video, and if you'll go see the comments on this, a lot of people are in support. And he's basically saying, you know, if you're a young person, and again, I don't personally recommend this. This is just what he is saying. I'm not trying to tell you guys what to do in any way whatsoever. I'm just here to share and document my path and my journey in this world. But essentially what he is saying is you should almost just max out your credit, go all in on Bitcoin, and fuck it. The system has fucked you. The system has taken advantage of you and used you essentially as profit meat. They've used you while they're just inflating the dollar with no care about you. And, you know, 50, 100 years ago, when your parents and grandparents came to Canada or came to North America to, chase the American dream, that is no longer a thing anymore. And this video right now, again, is getting some crazy traction on X. We also posted another video, which I am very proud of. We did this. 2.6 million views right now on X, where essentially we're just ripping on crypto traders and talking about shit coins and how it's basically all bullshit. Again, Brad here, he's a fascinating individual, but he's all in on Bitcoin, and he doesn't think you should be investing in XRP or any of these meme coins or anything. You should just be dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin and doing that in many ways. But I've been all in on obviously my other clients, but here with Brad, we tried to do a video shoot every single week. I'm actually shooting with him tomorrow. We got a whole bunch of fun viral videos we're going to be shooting and dropping for you guys. So go check that out. But one of the videos there is at 2.6 million views on X. We were recently at a Pierre Poilievre meetup. If you guys don't know, Pierre Poilievre is most likely going to be the next Prime Minister of Canada. He's in the Conservative Party. But one of the first videos that we dropped is this one here is over 100,000 views on X right now. So again, if you guys don't know me at all, for the last 3.5 to 4 years since I went on my hiatus, I've just been all in on my social media agency and trying to grow this as best as I can and help my clients grow from all the things that I've learned here on the Hungarian experiment. And it's been a fascinating journey. Again, one of the first few videos we dropped is over 100,000 views on X. The second video we dropped on X is over 2.5 million views. So pretty crazy stuff. So again, if you guys want to learn about Bitcoin and crypto, or why a lot of these shit coins probably aren't what you should be investing in, why you should be looking into Bitcoin, I highly recommend going to follow Brad Mills there. But as I mentioned, part of this live stream is saying what I've been up to and what's coming next on this channel. So if you're just popping in the live stream here right now, as I mentioned, right now I'm about 192 pounds. I finished the Hormozy experiment about halfway through the year last year, where I managed to gain 27 pounds in just 6 weeks, where I ate 800 grams of carbs a day, and I saw some amazing results with it. So I got a bunch more videos where I want to challenge Greg Doucette and some of these other guys who I believe, they have a certain perspective or a narrative on what you should be doing and how you should be eating. But I think a lot of these guys, they're talking about it from the bodybuilder's perspective. And look, I know I'm not I'm never going to stand on a stage. I don't have the physique. I don't have the natural good genetics that these guys who go stand on stages. You might have had a buddy from high school who was always jacked and ripped. He was the star athlete. That's who you're seeing on social media right now. You're seeing the star athletes from your high school who didn't do anything after high school, and now they had a great physique already. They managed to stick with bodybuilding and growing their physique, and now they're on social media trying to tell you what you should be doing. And personally, I don't believe all that stuff works for every single person and every single person's body. If you see here, I have a lopsided physique. I don't have the same type of, I don't have a symmetrical body. It's harder. And this might seem like an excuse for some people out there, or if one of these guys with a great physique is going to come and watch this video at some point and see, oh, this Peter guy, this Hungarian experiment guy is just making excuses. It's nah, bro. I don't have, and I believe most people out there don't have this crazy genetics that they can just go to the gym and do whatever they do and get an amazing physique. I believe a lot of us have to work out differently, eat smartly, and really dial in what we're doing if we want to have a great physique long term. And for myself, I've always wanted to have a great physique. I want to have an impressive body, so that way my body and my physique has a commanding presence. Again, I have no interest in standing up on a stage naked next to other dudes. I'm just here to document and share. And I believe, I'm 35 years old right now. I've been working out since I was like 15, 16 years old. I realized when I was about 21, 22, when I started doing intermittent fasting and finally shred down and lost a lot of that like chub and flab that I was struggling with. And I was like, holy shit, I got to start from scratch here because I'm doing a lot of things wrong. And if you guys go check out some of my videos here, like I'll have to take a sec to pop it up here, but I did some stuff that I believe I fixed my posture. And I've actually seen some videos recently about people saying like, that's not possible. It's not possible to fix your posture. But if you guys go check out this video, for instance, or let me just see here. So if you guys see here, this video that I came out with 7 years ago now, this was me at 21, 22 years old when I finally shredded all the fat off my body with intermittent fasting. Obviously, I still have some fat there, but between like being 15 years old and just going to the gym and working out like a bro, because back then there wasn't a lot of information on YouTube. I was just reading bodybuilding magazines and copying what the big bodybuilders were doing. But if you can see there, like I got a lopsided physique. My abs, my stomach is pushed out. My chest was not developing properly. And I believe if I stuck on that path and continued to do what I was doing, that my physique would be very different now than than what it would be on if I stuck with that kind of mentality for another 10 to 15 years. And I believe if I continued working out like this, where I was developing weak points and I'm not too sure exactly how to explain it here, but like muscular imbalances in my body, that I would really hurt myself or pull something bad in a way eventually that would cause me to have like a hernia or something. And I've had several friends and colleagues over the years who have had hernias, who have hurt themselves because, again, I believe they're following what other people are saying and what they're telling you to do out there. That is fine if you have an amazing physique and amazing genetics. But if you're starting off from a place like me here, like, you might have to consider doing things differently. So this is all within about 3 years. Within 3 years, I was able to drastically change my body, make it more symmetrical, make it more on point. And this is what my goal is over 2025 and over the coming years, to try to challenge and show that there's a different way. Now, I still have muscular imbalances. Like, I'm still not perfectly symmetrical, but I believe that's because of my genetics. But in general, I believe I fixed a lot of these muscular imbalances. A lot of these, like, I fixed my posture with stomach vacuums in the way I was training to be able to develop a body that I'm quite content with right now. So I'll just let this roll a little bit here. But like, in just 3 to 4 years, I drastically changed my body by doing these things. And again, I don't think this would have been possible if I was just following what a lot of these other guys are following. What, that star athlete from your high school has been doing all this time, because they never had to worry about these types of things. So that's what I'm excited to do. I've essentially just been on a mild bulk over the last like 5 to 7 years. And I believe because of that like mild bulk that I've been on, plus doing the Hormozy experiment twice now. And my goal is in November, I'm actually going on a, what's it called? A destination wedding, where like one of my clients and one of my good friends is having a wedding in Mexico. I want to be shredded for that wedding because we're probably going to be on the beach and stuff. But my goal is over the next 2 months, I want to lean down. Then I want to maintain that leanness while I make a whole bunch of crazy, silly, viral videos here, which we'll get into in the next sec. The viral experiments are coming, guys. We're going to play with social media here. I think virality is hackable. And I'm actually in some mastermind groups. I'm weekly, 2 times a week, doing coaching and training with in masterminds with people who have billions of views and trying to find out how we can hack virality. And I truly think like virality is hackable, but I want to be lean and shredded AF for that. And then I'm going to maintain that leanness till about November. And then I'm going to go do the Hormozy experiment again for the 3rd time and document it again. So during that process between getting lean and stuff, we're going to do some fun stuff here on the channel and on my Instagram. So appreciate you guys being here on the live stream. I can't believe it's already been 40 minutes we've been live. Holy crap. The time just flies by. But the viral experiments are coming. So that's what I want to discuss here next. So as I mentioned, I truly believe that virality is hackable. Here on my YouTube channel, if you guys have been following along, if you're an OG subscriber, you will know that the whole intention and goal is that I've been wanting to be as open and honest and as transparent as possible. I wanted to create something here on YouTube that I wanted to find as a child and a teen growing up. I wanted someone who was real and open and honest. As I mentioned, looking at my physique here, I was copying things like Arnold. I was copying all the big bodybuilding magazines. And during that period of time, no one was open and honest about their steroid use. Everyone was saying, oh, you just got to eat this way or do this or take this protein powder. And this is how you get jacked. And then we find out 3-5 years later that it got leaked that they were on steroids, or, the Liver King comes out and he goes viral. And then a year and a half into his virality, we find out that he's been lying the whole time, and that all these famous actors and celebrities that I grew up following were essentially lying to us the whole time. And I truly think that there is, there's efficacy behind it. There's efficacy behind lying. And I think that's what people want. People want drama more than anything. And the more I'm learning about this viral aspects, hacking virality, and I've created my own YouTube channel and now created content for my clients, that sometimes you got to clickbait people into watching things. Now, my goal here on the Hungarian Experiment YouTube channel is that I'm still going to be open and honest and transparent as fuck with you guys. I'm not here to lie to you guys. I have nothing to sell you guys. And that's what I think you should always question. If you are following some person on social media and every single post they have is join my coaching program or click this link or buy this thing from me or I'm an affiliate, you can't, in my opinion, at least, red flags always go off to me. Like, if you are selling something to me, how can I trust that you're being truthful and honest and transparent to me? So I never wanted to do that to you guys, and I never do want to do that to you guys. And here on the Hungarian Experiment YouTube channel, I will still be open and honest and real as fuck. But what we're going to be doing over the coming months is we're going to start the viral experiments. We're going to change my Hungarian Experiment Instagram, because even though I've been open and honest and transparent as possible, I managed to gain, like an okay following here on Instagram, but my content really doesn't have much of a reach. And I feel that is because I'm not playing in to what social media is right now. Like, as you see here, I got a few videos over 1,000 views, which is great. But like, in general, this is like, social media used to be real and raw as fuck. And now it's turned into this like viral sensation. And I think we need to lean into it. And the things that I want to do, the things that I want to say long-term, I think I need to garner a lot of attention to it. So what we're going to do here on the Hungarian Experiment YouTube channel is we're going to document as I try to go as viral as possible on my Instagram account. We're going to lie. We're going to cause drama. We're going to cause bullshit. I'm going to do silly, stupid fucking things that is going to make you guys question, like, what happened to Peter? What happened to the Hungarian Experiment? Why is he creating this content? It doesn't make sense, but I truly believe it's going to go viral and garner attention, because that's the way social media is right now. Social media, in my opinion, like I love it. It's my life. It's my business. It's what I make money off of with my clients. And although with my clients, again, I've tried to show them that I think the better way to go is to be real and open and honest as possible. It doesn't get crazy views. Now with my clients, we're still able to get them business and revenue because they don't need to go viral to do the things that they need to do. I don't want to go into all my clients and what they do for their business and stuff. If you really want to learn about them and follow me deeper, you can find me and what I'm doing with my clients if you really truly give a fuck and want to follow along. But in general, what I want to do here is I want to see, can we hack virality? Can we do this? So here on the Hungarian Experiment YouTube channel, I'm going to do a few more things with the Hormozi experiment to really hopefully get it the attention that I think it deserves. Then what we're going to do is I'm going to take you guys through the journey as we just create this ridiculous bullshit content that on Instagram and social media, I think is going to go viral. So if you guys are interested in that, we'd love to know. Throw it in the chat. We got Azam here, says, look forward to it. Welcome back. Go on viral on X is very impressive. Appreciate that. But a lot of the stuff that we're doing with my new client is leaning into that viral stuff. And I can see it's working. And I truly believe if we apply that to the Hungarian experiment and the aspects that we're taking from, Brad and put it here on the Hungarian experiment, that we can garner virality. So I'm excited to take you guys through that journey. The viral experiments are coming, and it's going to be a fun little journey. I'm going to take you guys through it. Again, we're still going to be real and raw as fuck here on the Hungarian Experiment YouTube channel. But on Instagram, I'm going to get a little controversial. I'm going to get a little crazy. I'm going to do some stuff that you're going to be like, what is this guy doing? What is he saying? Why is he doing these things? And I hope you guys join along the journey. You guys support it and, kind of feed into it, kind of help support it. Help if you want. If you don't, that's cool with me. But let's get this going. Let's show how gross in some ways social media has become and garner all this attention by leveraging, bullshit. I'm just going to straight up copy people's content, copy people's videos, remake viral videos that are popping off just for the sake of it to pop off and go viral. Yes, as the Zam says here, let the brain rot begin. Exactly. We're going to show like, this is bullshit. This is stupid. But here on the YouTube channel, what we're going to do is we're going to laugh at it. We're going to show behind the scenes like, haha, you guys, remember that video recorded last week? Well, look at it. It's popping off 2 million views just because I'm calling out Jeff Nippard or I'm calling out Greg just said on some bullshit that really doesn't matter. Like right now, congrats, Sam Sulek. He just did his first bodybuilding show and he won first place in it, and he's going for his pro card or going to the Arnold, or he just got his pro card, I believe. Again, I don't follow it that close. Like, props to him, but I don't know. In many ways, I don't know how deep I want to go on this, but who cares? It's great. I love following people's journeys. In the future, and as I've discussed here on the channel in the past, I want to document and highlight these fascinating human experiments in the world. I think Sam Sulek is an amazing example of a human experiment. He's documenting and showing all the things he's doing to garner the size that he has. But right now, my whole feed is just all these other fitness influencers leveraging his attention, or leveraging him being on stage. My whole feed is just Sam Sulek, Wes Watson, Sam Sulek. It's just it just seems like everyone's a simp for all these other people, and people just leverage other people and people's drama and bullshit. And it's great. I'm glad it's getting them attention, but in my opinion, it's all because they just want to sell some bullshit to you. So we're going to copy it. We're going to dive in. We're going to let the brain rot begin. As Azam said, the brain rot is coming. The viral experiments are coming. I think I'm going to do a few other things here on the YouTube channel as well, too. Like, I really want to blow up my forearms. And I've seen these like rice buckets that people do. And they get like, Home Depot big like 5-pail jugs or whatever, fill it full of rice and do these forearm experiments and stuff like that. So I think I'm still going to do some like just real experiments here on the channel, but we're going to document these viral experiments over the coming months. I'm going to be putting out 2 to 3 videos a day on the Hungarian experiment Instagram. I might even start up a second Instagram and a second or third TikTok and just put out all this bullshit. And I bet you guys, I've been on this journey for almost 10 years now. 2015, it's 2025. I've now been creating content on the Hungarian experiment with a hiatus here, but for 10 years. And it's gone great. I appreciate you guys being here on the live stream, but I've watched other people who just do drama and bullshit blow up for fucking no reason whatsoever, besides the fact that it's bullshit and it's drama and stuff. So very excited to take you guys through that. Azam said here, you might even get your first $1 million YouTube boxing match because of this experiment. Straight up, maybe one day I'll be fighting Jake and Logan Paul. We'll see about that. But yeah, that's it, guys. So I appreciate you being here on the live stream. I've been missing in action since November, but I am now back again. And that's what I've been up to for the last little bit. And that's what you can expect coming up next on this channel. Get ready, because in the next few days, I'm going to be dropping the Zin or Zonic experiments, as it's called here in Canada, taking you guys through my unfiltered, real, raw opinions on During this whole live stream, I've been upper decking 2 of these Zins and why I think it's beneficial for productivity. And we're still going to be doing raw, real stuff here, but we're going to be changing things up on social media. So appreciate having you guys here. I'm back, baby, and get ready for some crazy viral experiments to come. Thank you guys so much for being part of this journey. I truly appreciate you. And we'll see you guys in the next video and in the next live stream.
He's back! He's back!
He's back!
He's back!
Dude, he's back! He's back!
He's back.
He's back!
I'm back, baby. I'm back. Back.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Hello, world. I'm back.